Welcome to another exciting episode of Ask Coach Matthew. This week's session, we're going to talk about a 60-minute training session on improving team attack in the attacking third of the field. So now let's take a look at the training session that we've set up. It's a 60-minute training session for the under 10 age group. Your players are 9 years old. We'll have a warm-up component. We'll have a technical component. We'll have a tactical component in the session. And then we'll bring it all together with an end game for the players. Remember at this age group that you should always be prepared as a coach. So I recommend always coming with different colors of training vest. If you can, 3 if you're playing a 3-game possession. Try to get the players ready before the training starts. So have your exercises already built up, that you just transition from one exercise to the next for the players. Gives it a nice flow in the exercise. The other point is try to set up a pre-warm-up routine that you have for your players. So in our case, I recommend doing a possession game. At this age group, we could do a 5 against 2 possession game, and you just set up a grid, 4 cones on the ground, 10 meters apart. And I usually make 3 boxes, 2 players in the middle, 5 players outside, 1 ball, and it's a possession game. When the ball goes out, whoever has been in the circle the longest comes out. Whoever lost the ball goes back in the middle. And it gets the training session, gets the players just going as they arrive, they drop their bags off, jump into the routine, do their pre-warm-up possession game, gives you an opportunity to talk to the players, sort out your team, who's going to be on what color, who's playing with which team, and then make that up before you start the warm-up. And then we transition into the warm-up component. So now let's take a look at the first warm-up component. The third warm-up exercise is a sequence through pass exercise. And the distances for this exercise from the yellow cone to the orange cone is 10 meters, about 10 steps. From the yellow cone to the blue cone in the middle is also 10 meters. And between the 2 blue cones in the middle, we've given 2 meters space so the players can run through. The explanation of the exercise is the player on the yellow cone passes the ball to the player in the middle on the blue cone, who then makes a double pass back with the player, runs to the other side of the blue cone and receives the double pass back from the player from the yellow cone, and then passes the ball. After they receive it, passes the ball to the player on the orange cone, who makes a double pass with them and runs around the other side of the orange cone to get the entry to receive the pass back from the double pass from the blue cone. And then that player on the orange cone takes a touch, attacks the space, and then makes the pass to the yellow cone on the other side. And the process then repeats continually. So we do this on the right direction, and you keep that going with a set time. The coaching points for this exercise is obviously how they receive the ball. The first touch, if it's with the inside of the foot, make sure that their plant foot's in order. Make sure that they're receiving the ball properly. The same thing with that double pass. You can then now start emphasizing that there needs to be communication. They need to be saying double pass through, that the player on both sides knows what the action is when they make the pass to the other player, what they should do. So communication is key in soccer. So the players then now should start learning those key words and the communication words that they use constantly in the field. The second technical component is a turn and finishing exercise. And the distances of this exercise, the goals are placed 20 meters apart from each other. From the orange cone to the yellow cone is 20 meters. And they're placed on the line that is 20 meters. That penalty box line that you see is actually 20 meters from each goal. The yellow cone is placed 5 meters beside the goal post, and that's where the entry pass will start out. So the explanation of the exercise is the player on the yellow cone makes the entry pass to the player that's standing off from the orange cone. They are going to receive the ball, turn, and then take a shot towards the goal. The defender is playing passive, so they're not trying to win the ball. They're just get the player used to having pressure against them, and then turning with that. So they're not trying to win the ball. So tell the defense it's a passive defense, and they're just moving. But when they take the shot, let the ball go through for the shot, so the keeper can catch the ball and work on their techniques also. Coaching point for this is: how do you want the players to turn? Are they turning with 2 touches? Are they stopping the ball with the sole of the foot, taking the touch with the inside of the foot and then turning? Or do you want them to turn with the outside of the foot where they turn continuously and then take the touch? So you can repeat this. You see everything's going towards the middle for us in this exercise, so everyone's turning towards the left. Then after a certain time, you can change this and have them then turn towards the other side. So then it creates a different angle. So you change the position of the player on the baseline, will then go to the other side of the goal, and then make that entry pass. So now they're turning towards the middle, in the middle of the field. The third tactical component is a 4v4 with a 4-goal game. The distance of the field is a 20 meter by 30 meter soccer field, and we've placed 3 small goals on each side, separating from the corner flag, having 2 goals and 1 in the middle. The quick explanation of the game is you're training your 4 defensive players or 4 players on the other side, and because you have the goals in between, you created a space where the players can now pass into that goal behind and score goals. So one team is defending and the other team is trying to attack and score behind those 3 goals. So now it gives you a chance. You can kind of see the winning team or whoever scores a goal stays on the field. The losing team comes off the field. So you have a priority to attack and an incentive for the defense to try to prevent that attack because they get to stay on the field and play longer. Coaching points that you're looking in at this drill is the style that your defense are playing. So how they shift. Do you want to keep the defenders close together? How do they shift across the field? Who steps to the ball? Who covers when someone steps? So simply put, now you start thinking about your dress and playing with a flat back 4 now. So you start introducing ideas of how players play in a row together, and we're stepping out in those distances. I hope you've enjoyed this 60-minute training session that we've set up. For future exercises or to watch a complete season plan for the under 10 age group, check out our Udemy official Ask Coach Matthew online coaching course at the link below. And don't forget, to like the videos, subscribe to Ask Coach Matthew for weekly coaching tips and updates